Hey, how's everybody doing today? Welcome to the Shit Guys Talk About. I got my man, the Manic Genius in here. Phil's in the
Manic.
building. We got Jessie and
Yo,
the one and only CLS in the building. So before we jump in these topics, man, how's everybody doing?
Blessed, truly.
Doing good, doing good.
bless, man. Bless.
All right, man. How was y'all Halloweens, man? Y'all go anywhere?
To
Jessie was
sleep.
out there trick or treating.
Yeah, I was out there. Hey, I was out there trick or treating.
All right, the
Out
kids
there
get
in
a
my
lot of candy, man.
alien blow up costume. Yeah, kids got all the candy.
All right.
They got too much candy for real.
Oh, for real.
Uh-huh.
You ain't leaving with all the like Tootsie Rolls and stuff. All the
I left
nasty stuff.
everything.
Take all the good stuff out.
No, I left everything.
Tootsie Rolls are fire.
You like
Yeah.
Tootsie Rolls?
My nephew gave me
Yeah.
a big bag.
I haven't had it in a while.
Big bag.
Oh, okay. So was there a lot of like people dressing up as like a slutty whatever? You know, demon, nurse, angel, mechanic.
Police officer.
I seen a
Yeah,
lot
police
wow.
officer, lawyer.
Seen a lot of scary
Vampires
scary
was a
stories you
biggie.
tell in the dark. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, damn, how many of these like different versions do they got? Is this like the day of the year they just you get to let that shit out in guise of like Halloween costume?
Holiday.
But all right, man, we'll go ahead and jump into the first topic. So if you guys ain't been up on it, you know, Tyrese has recently got a divorce from his wife, Samantha Lee. So she recently did a interview, I think multiple interviews, you know, kind of talking about the divorce and how she regret the divorce overall. And one of the reasons why she was mentioning in one of the interviews that she got the divorce because like she was influenced by like the people around her. A lot of her, like I'll say girlfriends and stuff was like, yeah, you need to go ahead and get a divorce and stuff. But now that it kind of set in and stuff, I think she's starting to have that regret. And she was just mentioning in those interviews, like how they did push her towards that. So I kind of wanted to kind of get your guys' take on that overall situation. And I got a couple of questions. So, you know, just based off that situation. And if anybody have more details on it, you know, please feel free to chime in. Because I know Tyrese was actually talking about it too. Like, hey, if she actually felt that regret, then why is she still coming after my paper and stuff like that? So,
That's
yeah,
that's the second
that?
wife too, right? I think that's the second wife, right? Because
Yeah, that's his second wife.
Yeah, because he was married before.
Second one.
Because he had some kids with her too. So yeah, but I know it was messy because I know they was on. It impacted like DJ Envy and them got pulled into it somewhat. Like I saw him on a breakfast show talking about his relationship. So yeah, it's been a mess for the past few years. But
Yeah, that's the one he was crying about. The "What more you want from me?" ex-wife with the child. Remember that one when he was crying?
yeah, that was definitely the one.
But that was the one. Yeah, the child support thing. I think what was he paying her? 20 grand a month in child support?
Yeah, it's like between 20 and 30. Yeah, I think it was about 20 grand.
Or
Yeah.
30,000 or something. He was paying her a lot.
Oof.
But I mean,
Ouch.
you know. But then again, you know, he has a Benny Hondas in his backyard. How many people have a Benny Hondas in their backyard? No, seriously, I'm not even joking. He was on TMZ and then he took him in his backyard and he had like he had a Benny. He built a Benny Hondas in his backyard and then he had like all of these. He had staff. He had like full staff, people working back there and all that. So yeah, I don't know how he pulled that off, but
A
he really
restaurant
did.
just for him.
Yeah,
Yeah, he crazy. Yeah, they be
He had a
loving blowing
nightclub.
somebody.
he put a club in his back. It was like a club and a Benny Hondas or something. It looked like a club.
Oh, so he was eating off that Fast and
got
Furious
it.
money, huh?
That Fast
Yeah,
and the
he
Furious
got-
checks
yeah.
right there. Yeah,
Yeah. He got it.
the Fast 5 checks.
But yeah, so for the first question that I want to ask you guys is, do you think a lot of women do give each other bad advice? You know, based on like what you guys have seen out there as far as like, hey, yeah, you should walk away from your relationship. You know, don't work it out. And I'll go to Jessie on this first.
I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. I think it's there are women out there that give other women bad advice. I think there's, you know, it's situational, contextual. Um, but I have seen women project like their situation onto their friend and tell them, you know, to move a certain way because this is what it is. But you're only getting one perspective. You're only getting half of it. So you can't give somebody advice on what they should do. So if you ever see that present, like, don't even take the advice, because half the time you're only getting one side of the story. You're not in witnessing the situation. Now, if you witnessing the situation, that's different. You get a perspective of both sides, and you can give your opinion will have a little bit more weight because you've seen it both in action. But if somebody's coming to you telling you their issue they're having with their spouse, then if you tell them what to do, you're in the wrong completely. Completely. So,
All right.
yeah.
All right, Phil. Do you think women give each other bad advice based on like what you kind of seen and your experiences?
It depends on the type of friend that you're like dealing with, because like a good friend will kind of put things into perspective for you, not necessarily give you an option, like tell you what to do. They'll make you think about something. They'll be like, think about this, but then you'll have them. If the friend is in a relationship, right, they're going to be more, and they're in a loving relationship, they're going to be more prone to tell that person, hey, work it out, because they're loving someone. If you got dealing with somebody who's single and just wants their friend back to go on the streets, they're going to say anything and everything just to get them to come back. They can start having fun, because nobody wants to be alone by themselves. Nobody wants to be by themselves. Like a single person is like dying to have somebody that's in a relationship. Like I have multiple friends who were married, and for a while I was the only guy that didn't have anybody, and I was like, this shit sucks. So any opportunity when my friends are with somebody to come out with me, I'm like, yo, let's go. But then it caused problems in their relationship. So again, it depends on the relationship status of that person. But I honestly do think that women will tell their friends something, and if that person happens to be mad that day, or if they don't personally like that person, they're not thinking about how much that person that they're with they love. They're not thinking about that, and then they're gonna react on impulse. I know that sounds bad, but that's just me being honest.
Shout out to Phil breaking up households and shit. But all right, CLS, do you think a lot of women give each other bad advice based on what you've seen?
All the time. It's usually the friends that's been single for like a number of years, and yeah, most of the people I know back home are like married now, like childhood friends and stuff like that. They're mostly married, and I just had this conversation with my cousin, and that's what he was telling me. Pretty much the same thing Phil was saying, because he's still single, and most of our friends are married now, and I guess he was trying to have like a guys' night out to get them to come out, but their wives won't let them out. keep them in the house all the time. So it's like he said, I don't really have nobody to chill with because their wives they don't want them to. Not that they're running the streets, but one time they all got together and they went to the casino, and they had like dinner and drinks, and it was just just chilling, like stuff like that. Have a guys' night off. But single women, I don't know. Sometimes they're jealous, but they don't want to see their friends happy because they're miserable. So they'll gladly take them out and run the streets and do things that might hurt their relationships and I don't know, cause problems within their marriage or relationships or whatever. Yeah. So some of those friends you have to cut off.
I feel you. All right, Manic Genius. Do a lot of women give each other bad advice?
I'm going to go on the record and say absolutely. I'm going to make some generalizations. So brace yourself.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Yeah, so I would say the large majority, they give bad information. They give bad advice. And a lot of the points that Phil and CLS and even Jessie have mentioned, it's mostly on a case-by-case basis. A lot of times, women will project on their friends their own insecurities and their past negative experiences in relationships and kind of guide their friend, just completely wrong, because at the end of the day, women don't fully understand how men think. So their perspective on things is just most of the time skewed, especially if they're single. If they're single, a lot of times there's a reason for it. And even the ones that are in relationships, a lot of times they give bad advice too, because they might be dealing with like a lesser man. And so they could give their woman, or they could give their female friend advice to deal with like a bozo, but their friend might be actually dealing with a real man. So I think women should definitely vet the information that they get from other women and look at their situation and say, hey, is the person that's giving this information even qualified to have an opinion on my situation and circumstance? Because some people are just miserable and, they're trying to be out of any situation and can't see the longevity of things, and they can't like really think about the future. They just think about the present in the moment. Women are definitely, I would say, more in tune with their emotions and kind of allow that to more or less guide their decision making. So if you have, let's put it logically, if you have two emotional beings discussing a situation, it's going to be heavily based on emotions rather than logic. And, sometimes that could be detrimental to a relationship. So that's generally why I think women give terrible advice to other women.
That was a hell of a pause that you took to clean that up.
He said misery loves company.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to agree with all y'all. Like, I think it's an element of sabotage where, like you said, if somebody's like bitter, man, they definitely, it's just like, damn, she's over there happy. Let me sabotage that. Like Phil was saying earlier, like I need somebody to kick it with, and because I messed up all my relationships, so it's like they want to pull that person and forget the family unit, all that stuff. It's just like I'm sabotaging it, just because I don't have what they have and stuff like that. So. I seen it a lot of times, man, and it's sad. And when I was like kind of listening to the interview that she was having, I think Tyrese had a prenup and stuff. So even though he has to pay the child support, if you're saying he had like many Hanas at his house, now she ain't doing that no more. So just looking back, she's probably like, man, why the hell did I listen to these like dumb, this dumb advice and stuff? I'd have separated from. I was living a life of luxury. Yeah, did he have some flaws? But of course, humans have that. But when you go back in that market, you see it ain't what it. Your friends that hyped it up too much. You dealing with that reality. You're like, oh shit, what did I do?
He's been having his moments though. You didn't see that Home Depot situation with him?
Oh yeah. Nah, he definitely off the walls.
Man, that's crazy.
Unhinged.
Yeah. He have his moments, man. He stay crying on YouTube.
And then the thing, he had a thing here in Atlanta too, or at the courthouse, and he was trying to get people to go down there to protest for the child support thing, I think.
Oh yeah. He was. Yeah. That's right. I forgot he did that.
For his child support.
Yeah.
He wanted people to march on behalf of him.
Well, he said he was doing it for like the majority of men, but it was definitely his case. He was like, look, protest this shit.
I think he went on IG Live and he was trying to get his supporters to come down there to support him down at the courthouse. I don't think nobody really came though.
Yeah, see, he flogging his relationship in the media. Like, bro, can't do that. It's, nah, man, you can't do that.
I guess that's a decent strategy. I mean, shit, he's gonna lose anyway, so might as well try something.
Yeah. Then he was kind of bumping heads with like Charlamagne and Envy on the Breakfast Club. They were kind of because he kept calling their phone because he got their number. So
why Sophisticated look stuck? Y'all see that too, or
yeah?
Oh, okay. Oh man, trapped in the metaverse.
Oh, yeah. Why is he stuck?
Why is he stuck? I don't know.
How the host gonna be stuck? That's crazy. That nigga held that smile forever.
He just froze, Joe.
Am I still stuck?
No, you just froze,
Joe.
Oh, okay, yeah, because it was like going in and out, and everybody. I'm like, man, what's going on? But yeah, we were
still doing it. All right.
The biggest smile. I never see you smile so hard.
Oh yeah.
Screenshot that.
Oh man.
I'm gonna screenshot it after. Yeah, I said I had the
big Kool-Aid smile.
Oh yeah.
All right. It's like a Crest commercial.
But getting back to the topic, so so Tyrese, he did have that moment where he was trying to get everybody to go down to the courthouse and protest on his behalf and stuff. Which I do agree with some of his sentiments, as far as like, with some of them like people have to kick out. I mean, it's crazy. Definitely you should take care of your kids, but some of them amounts, man, it's ridiculous. I just saw Al Pacino just got hit with child support. It was like 30,000. Yeah. And we're gonna break that down one of the shows because I'm gonna.
But
it's crazy.
But he could do like 50 and get it reduced because 50 got his reduced. His child support.
Yeah, it's rare though because it goes off by how much you're pulling in and all that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I do got another question for you guys. So, do you guys think like she actually regrets, the divorce or probably the lifestyle more or less? And I'll go to CLS on that first.
Say it one more time.
I said, do you think she actually regrets the divorce from the marriage, or you think she regrets more or less like missing out on the lifestyle?
Probably both. Because if her friends, influence her decision to leave him, then, I'm pretty sure she's like, damn, she's probably kicking herself. She could have stayed with him. They probably could have got counseling to work things out. But I don't, like I said, but we don't know the ins and outs though. Like we don't know all the details of like what went on behind closed doors when they were at home. You know what I mean? Maybe they fought a lot. I don't know. But he looked like he said, I think he said in an interview that he enjoyed being married though. So he seems like the type of person that enjoys having a wife and coming home to a wife, as opposed to him just dating multiple women. Maybe he was like that when he was younger, but I don't think he's like that anymore. He's like, I think he's 45 now. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's up there in age, man. He ain't
45. Yeah.
All right, Phil. Do you think she regrets the divorce and marriage, or just the lifestyle?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like Tyrese may not be as popular for singing anymore, but the man is in movies and he's making bread. And I think she got real comfortable with what he was bringing in, the lifestyle, that she was like, fuck, I can't make these payments on this car no more. I can't pay my rent. Let me call this nigga back real quick, see if I can make shit work. So, yeah. She's about the bread. Fuck the love. I'm being real.
All right. Manic, do you think she regrets the divorce, the marriage aspect, or just the lifestyle?
Honestly, I think it's definitely both. Like, I think she definitely regrets the lifestyle more though, because I mean he is Tyrese at the end of the day, so he's got a solid career.
He does.
Facts. And I mean he's talented. I mean he can sing, he can act, and just a generally overall good reputation. He's been made a meme a couple times, and he gets very emotional, but I think that's really common in the, like, when you're an artist and you're like a creative at that level, it's like they're very emotional. That's how they create their art and whatnot. So I think that kind of just goes with the territory. I think that she misses Miss Tyrese probably more, because he's still going to be getting invited to red carpet events. He's still going to continue to grow and prosper. And I think for a woman, especially at her age,
do a shot at her age.
How old is she?
She's old enough to where she probably should be
make bad decisions.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I think ultimately a lot of women want that. They want a man that cares for them deeply. And I think so many women, may go and they may have that at one point in time, but are not able to capture that in the longevity. Like all the single women, over a certain age, it's like they all want that. They want a guy who really cares for them. And she had that with Tyrese. So she's gonna be back out here in the real world, and I don't think that she'll have a problem like finding a guy, but she's not gonna find a guy to Tyrese's magnitude, with all his accolades, and she's still gonna be Tyrese's ex. Like that's gonna be her biggest accomplishment.
Yeah.
She's in her early 30s.
Oh yeah.
Oh, early 30s?
Yeah, early 30s.
Yeah. So she
how many kids? Wait, hold on. How many kids?
Damn, let me see.
Well, I think Tyrese got 2. I think he has 2.
Because he had kids from the first marriage.
Oh, okay. There was a total of 3 kids?
I think probably like 2 with her.
Yeah. And then you have another one with the first wife?
Yeah, so probably 2 kids, I think.
Yeah.
Oh
no, they only got 1 kid.
Yeah, they only have 1 kid.
And they got one with his first wife, and one with the second wife.
Yeah, he better stop now, boy.
Nah, but considering if you remember how his
He's
career,
45, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
only
How old
45.
is she?
Still,
Like
he's
they said, early
45.
30s. I didn't get the exact age.
Yeah, he right. Shut it down. Shut down the operation.
But if you remember how his career started, man, dude, he's accomplished a lot, bro. Since like 1999. Well, really before that, because he was, it was in that Coca-Cola commercial, singing on the bus. You remember that commercial?
Yeah.
And then from
But
there,
his music career kind of.
Yeah, his
I
music
mean, he
career
has
is
some
solid.
good songs, but I mean, he kind of
His
like stopped
acting
that. Like,
career
no, that's what I'm
went
saying.
a little bit further.
He
Yeah.
started on the bus, and then from the Coca-Cola commercial, he was on an episode of Martin. You remember that episode?
nah, I don't remember all that.
Yeah, he was on the episode of Martin. From there, he went to movies, and then he did Baby Boy. Yeah,
Jody.
that was like, what I'm saying. I think that was like, him getting his foot in the door. Really,
Yeah,
I mean, it was for Pac, but when he died, they gave it to Tyrese.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
she's
okay.
she's
okay.
30.
The single
She's 34.
34. Okay.
Yeah, so she.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that she can't find somebody else because she definitely can. Only one kid at 34. That's pretty common.
Yeah,
You're saying
but
that's accomplished though.
accomplished.
yeah,
like,
definitely not as accomplished as
Hang on, I'll be
Tyrese
right back.
because
she would.
he's. I mean, unless she like dates somebody in his circle, which
Yeah,
would, but I mean, which
That's all.
does happen. But
Crazy.
I mean, that would be
Yeah.
like still like a.
Disrespectful.
That's,
I
Yeah,
think she could get an NBA player.
that's what I was gonna say too. I was gonna chime in and say
You think
that
she can
too.
get an NBA player?
Man, they seem like they wiping up anything nowadays.
Oh yeah, NBA players.
She's not gonna.
NBA players ain't got no shame, boy. They like, look.
I don't think
Yeah.
if she don't get back with Tyrese, they don't reconcile. She's not gonna just go out and date just an average Joe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
she
don't think
she get a dude that's like almost at
Yeah.
the G League level. Like
Yeah,
he's
a
on the
ball
team,
player.
but he about to go back down in a year now.
She might go
She-
date
Yeah.
another actor or a singer or something. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, he's gonna be somebody famous.
Yeah.
I don't think they move backwards like that. Not all of them.
Yeah, they stay pretty close to them circles and stuff, like you
Yeah.
said.
Them Hollywood
Because they're
circles.
gonna have she's gonna have her friends that are still in that circle that she met with Tyrese. So they're gonna be like, oh, we know a guy who's single, and she'll get hooked up with somebody. She'll be dating somebody. But
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah,
But
she'll
let me-
find somebody, no problem.
Yeah, yeah. Let me get Jesse's take on that. So, Jesse, do you think she actually regrets the marriage or just the lifestyle?
No, I think when you regret the divorce, like I think it's like the time spent. It's kind of hard to spend that kind of time together and get married to somebody that you don't really truly love. I do think that like some elements of the lifestyle could play a factor, but I think there's real regret there because there was love there, right? So breakups are really hard and like they really take a toll. So because you become bonded with somebody and your souls become bonded, so the ripping away of that, like of course it's gonna have some pain. And she has bad friends that don't give like her a perspective to like really think through it, or they try to like automatically jump to like break up with him, and that fueled her decision. Yeah, I can see why she has some regret because she made a decision based on somebody else's intellect and not like listening to her own intuition and herself. So, yeah, I think it's definitely possible for regret to be there and her to love Tyrese for real.
Okay. No, I don't think she regrets the divorce too much personally. I think she's just like I'm with Phil on this one. I think she's like, man, I miss the lifestyle more or less. Because like Tyrese kind of even said it like, man, you kind of trying to take me to a cleaners to be having that much regret. So I think she's just like, damn, like I had a good little lifestyle opportunity. Like I kind of messed that up. So I think it's more or less that. But I mean, you do got a good point because I mean, they were married for a while. So it's just like there has to be some love there. But, if I just personally think like, man, if you're influenced by people, then you wasn't truly all the way into it. Because like you should be weighing them options. Like, nah, I appreciate y'all advice, but things is good over here. He might get on my nerves a little bit, but I'm not gonna mess this thing up. So it seemed like she probably already had like one foot at the door. But I mean, if he was emotional too, then that he's not totally innocent either. Then
right.
But let me ask y'all the question because I want to kind of flip it. So do you think men give each other bad advice? Kind of like we kind of broke down with like a lot of the females in these type of situations. Do you see men giving like bad advice? And I'll go to Manic on this first.
Say it again.
I said, do you think men give each other bad advice like this? Kind of like, you know, how we outline like females do typically, you know, especially bitter ones, like give each other bad advice. Do you think men give each other bad advice like that? Like, hey, you should leave your marriage or something like that?
No, I don't. I think the opposite. I just think that we're rooted differently. We're rooted in like just like our logic, and I think from a man's standpoint, especially if it's somebody that you would even allow to give an opinion on your situation, there's like some level of bond and like respect. And even if you don't agree with the situation or how like a friend's moving, and you think that, hey, I don't think that you should do this. As men, we're like aware of, at the end of the day, it's going to be his decision because I respect him as a man. So regardless of how I feel about the situation, I can only tell him what I would do and give him like from the outside perspective who's not in the mix. So I think that we generally just give like just our perspective on it. And it's a matter of like, take it or leave it, because, you know, when you respect somebody as a man, you know that they're going to make their own decision anyway. So I think our advice is just more or less like additional feedback and just from an outside perspective on the situation, rather than like, oh, if you do that, then you're this. Like, we don't really do that.
Right, I'll go to Phil next. Do you think men give each other bad advice?
I'm gonna disagree with Manic on this one, because I think
Turn
that
up, Phil.
I really do think that men can do the same shit, because again, like it's that same concept of like, you know, wanting your boy back. You know, they get into a relationship, you know, they're happy and all that shit. But like in my mind, I'm like, damn, I got my boys ain't hang out with no more. And if something goes bad, I'm like, yo, fuck that, nigga, let's go. We hitting the street. And it's like it's a good feeling, both female and male, to have your friend back to go back out. So naturally you're gonna say again, but it goes back to whether that friend is a decent friend or not, like a real legitimate friend, because they're not gonna try to persuade you one way or another. They're gonna give you something to make you think about it. Not put you in a situation where you're like, yeah, you're right, fuck that bitch. Nah, it's like, okay, let me lay these things out for you, make you think about what you want to do. And at the end of the day, you're going to do what the fuck you want to do regardless. But it's just kind of putting that perspective out there to see where you think, to see what type of things, just to kind of make you think a little bit deeper about the situation. That's it. So.
Hey, your answer sound a lot like mine.
Nah.
But it sounds exactly like mine, except for the beginning part of it.
Your part, you simply said that you don't think that men can.
No, I said men generally do give good advice because they give the outside perspective, and then we respect each other as men to like, hey, it's going to be ultimately your decision.
Mm-hmm. Right, but I said that I think men can give bad advice. They can. Yeah,
they can, but 100%. Then you wrapped it up with the like, hey, we as men, we just kind of give our perspective. So that's the same thing I said.
Anyway.
Stand your ground, Phil.
You just package it up differently.
Real quick. I'm gonna let them have it. Got it.
Fight.
All I'm saying is that I do think men can do the same shit. We can give based on the situation and based on how we're feeling in that moment, can give bad advice as well. I think it works both ways.
Okay, I got what you said. So you're saying like they're not intentional with it, like on the female side, how they'll be like, look, I'm sabotaging this because where a guy might just give some bad advice, but he's not intentionally trying to sabotage.
I agree. Yes.
Fall back, Manic. Manic was your neck like a bow tie, you know.
Oh, I know, bro. I got a
Yeah.
little tight. I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
You said the same thing I said. You just packaged it up
Yeah.
differently in the beginning.
You said he packaged it up.
You know, look, you know
He
what?
gave you back
From now
the
on,
Discman you
I'm
gave
gonna
him for Christmas.
I'm gonna let Manic take my part then. I'm gonna let Manic keep my piece. I'm gonna sit back and chill.
On behalf of Phil.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
All right, let me go to Jessie real quick. So, do you think men give each other bad advice, kind of like we broke down as from the female perspective?
Yeah,
Like-
absolutely, yes, guys, we're human too, so we can give out some bad advice. Like, we could like it just depends on how are we as men like receiving the information. Are we really listening to the situation, or are we trying to relate it to our own shit that that people have heard us, and like we try to put people into categories and boxes of people that we figured out from the past. But then again, like you can't give like an objective point of view where like you don't pick a side, but like you listen to what they're saying, and then like you give them honest feedback that like, all right, I can have some compassion on your situation, but you should think about this, and this. Like, what are your boundaries? Like, are they crossing your boundaries? You know, like really help them logically think through it versus like, oh yeah, automatically fuck them and like they ain't shit. Like, you know, she probably cheating on you or blah blah blah. If people are like playing into those thoughts for you, then like it's automatically a red flag, whether they're right or wrong. That just giving your opinion because they came to you is like once again, it's like it's not always going to be good advice, but it's not always going to be bad advice. But
All right, CLS. Oh, my bad. Are you still got any more?
yeah, that's
Jessie?
it. No, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
My fault.
I was
So
rambling. It was all good.
No, you good. You good. No, I just didn't know because you paused for a sec. CLS, do you think men give each other bad advice?
All the time. All the time. I mean, I agree with what all the fellas were saying, man. It goes both ways, man. Like, and then sometimes, I don't know, your friends might hate on you a little bit too. Like low key, they'll kind of hate on you too. If it's like, especially if it's like, I was in a situation before where I had somebody kind of hate, and it was like, this guy I went to school with, the girl, I can't remember who ended it, but I'm guessing she did. She ended the relationship. They were hooking up or whatever, and then she cut him off. And then I guess somehow he found out that she was showing interest in me. And then out the blue, he came to me and started like, spreading rumors about her, started, throwing her under the bus. He was like, man, you won't mess with her, man. She got STD. She got this, she got that. He was pretty much just throwing her under the bus. Like he was trying to deter other men from pursuing her. You know what I mean? He was doing stuff like that. I was like, damn, man, so she got 1 million STDs. So why would you messing with her then?
Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, my take, man. I don't think we give each other bad advice like that. Like, I think even like say like you guys were messing with like a good female. I think we're more or less on the lines, and I think Manic was hitting on it a little bit where we're gonna be like, man, she's actually a good one. You don't want to mess that up. So I just don't think like maybe there could be some bad advice, like Phil was saying, like not being intentional. But I think for the most part, we want the best thing for our friend. So I don't think we're that like, spiteful and bitter where it's just like, man, I want to sabotage this person's marriage, or I want to do that where, we're going to be like, nah, dude, you tripping. We're more or less, I'll say a little more unbiased where it's just like, hey, dude, nah, you acted different on this one. Nah, I heard the scenario that you laid out, you tripping, so I think we're a little more grounded in that, like, logic where we're gonna give some pushback and be like, nah, go home, man. She definitely into you and stuff like that. And I think I see that more. Definitely there's gonna be the cases, like y'all said, there's gonna be that guy that's like trying to sabotage, but I think that's like a slim, I'll say, portion of guys where most guys are gonna be like, nah, dude, take your ass home, man. She's all about you and stuff like that. So
yeah, I think we're more supportive. Because I've had those moments where I was like, man, damn, you lucky. You know what I'm saying? You found you a good one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think like when dudes see that you got that good one, they're like, nah, man, take your ass home. And
you don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you've been drinking too
Yep.
much.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Now we'll start policing people up. Like, nah, I'm gonna take
Yeah,
you home. You know. Yeah. So I
a good friend,
because
a good friend, for real, a
Yeah.
good
Mhm.
friend.
But I
Yeah.
will say that I do have a slight change of heart to my initial response.
shout out to Phil, changing your mindset.
Yeah,
That's
shout
what I'm
out.
talking about.
It was actually Jesse. He was he said something and it made me think, and I'm
Why don't
like,
you give my man Phil no credit?
nah, nah,
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Nah, yeah,
I'm
letting it
just
go.
giving
Good.
him
already
credit
know
what
that.
it's due.
And you try to
Because when
change his
Jesse was
answer.
speaking, it was just like it made me think, and I'm like, man, I think I agree with you, Jerk, that most of the advice coming from a man and especially a friend is going to be mostly positive. It's going to be mostly good. But I kind of said it like men can't give bad advice. And then I had to think about life. And I think the single worst advice I ever got in a relationship was from another man.
Hmm.
And it was from like a married man.
Hmm.
He
What
told
advice he
me,
give you? Cheaper to
told
keep
me,
her. It's cheaper to keep her.
nah, he was like, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
that's
like, I think that's like the
yeah.
single worst advice you could ever give
Really?
a man. Oh,
how old was
absolutely.
this guy?
He was in his I would say late 40s, maybe early 50s.
Oh, that's the simping era. You can't take no
Oh.
advice from them niggas.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you feel differently though? I always thought that
because
was
they're never happy. See,
oh, okay.
if you make them happy, if you make your wife happy, what you did was essentially just set the bar higher for you to do next time.
So you saying they moving the goalposts of happiness?
Yeah. Happiness is
they move the
a state
goalposts.
of being. So it's just like if they're not happy internally, you can make them happy temporarily, but it's just going to be a never-ending cycle. So you just gotta not focus on their happiness and focus on like what's going to be best for the family in the future, because ultimately, they might just be in their emotions in that moment. Like I know a lot of women love to travel. Let's go travel. Like where's the next trip? And it's just like sometimes you gotta be like, nah, we're not taking no trips. Like we're gonna stack this money up and do this and boom, boom, boom. Now we have a home. And it's just like, okay, when's the next travel? Like, no, we're not gonna take no trips. Boom, boom, boom. Now you have, 2 homes, or you have like investment property, or you have the, your retirement flush. And in the future, we look for the longevity. I think as men who are leaders and who have an understanding of finances and how to create wealth, it's like sometimes you have to sacrifice in the moment. And sometimes in that moment, like women want happiness and you can't give them happiness. You kind of have to give them, almost like the safety and security and the comfort for the future. So it's like you have to like almost push their happiness to the side to move your family forward. And that is a direct contradiction to their immediate happiness. So they might not appreciate they might not appreciate you for it in that moment. They might be like, oh, this dude never does this. But in the future, when they're sitting plush and then they actually get a chance to travel in the sandals where they got when they're in the bungalow with the water that they can see underneath their feet, and their friends are over there. Yeah. And their friends are taking vacations on credit.
They at Ocean City.
They're gonna be like, damn, okay.
Hitting Ocean City.
Yeah, like, this is what you were talking about. This is why we didn't go on all those vacations earlier, because you were saving it for to do it the right way at the end.
So you definitely spend some game, but they definitely gonna protest you. I just want to mentally prepare you for that. They gonna shut you down. They canceling Manic.
Yeah,
I thought that was
men. If you ever hear "happy wife, happy life," that is a fallacy.
Isn't that
that is a falsehood.
I agree with that.
But isn't how it is with newlyweds though? Like when you first get married, like it was a young couple in their early 20s, and you just want to enjoy each other before you start having kids. Those usually are the married couples that do travel and enjoy each other before they settle.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with traveling. I think every couple should travel and do things that make them feel closer and things that they genuinely like together. So it's not a shot at travel. It's just a shot at misdirect or misguiding of the finances, just for the temporary happiness. Sometimes you have to, sacrifice that immediate gratification for something good in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So you saying instead of trying to go to like Jamaica, Aruba, you better go to like Coney Island and shut up.
Yeah,
Bergen Beach,
man. Take a trip to the Shenandoah Mountains and walk in the
Yeah.
forest.
I'm
So-
with you on that.
He said you be walking down the boardwalk on Coney Island eating funnel cake.
Funnel cake, dodging syringes in the sand. Yeah, that place was dirty for a minute, but
Seagulls, feeding seagulls.
But all right, if anybody has anything else on this topic, we'll go ahead and jump into the next one because they all kind of tie in with each other. So, in CLS, you kind of broke this one down already on your Facebook and different platforms that you're on. I was watching that.
Oh, Joe Smith.
Yeah, your boy Joe Smith. So
Oh,
let
yeah.
me go ahead and get some context. I'm gonna need you to like help me out with that because you're definitely informed on it. So just to give y'all some context on this situation. Ex-NBA player Joe Smith, recently discovered that his wife Kisha Davis has an OnlyFans page. So to give y'all some like background on Joe Smith, he made over $60 million in his NBA career, but he lost majority of his money now and is in debt. So I think that's what kind of made her like go out there and start working. I know she has a business, but she also started an OnlyFans page. But there was like a video clip floating around where they were recording each other and she was like, I guess he either found out and he was like confront her about the OnlyFans page. And that's when she started hitting him like it was mad disrespect. She was just like, it's my body type stuff. And he was just like looking all small in that video and stuff. So CLS, if you have any more details, like feel free to jump in on it. He put it in his throat.
No, I'm just saying, the only thing that I remember reading, they said that I guess supposedly she had this OnlyFans account hidden for like a year. Like he didn't know about it, and she was kind of running this account for like a whole year until he finally found out about it. I guess through like mutual friends or something. That's how he found out. Somebody told him. Maybe one of his homeboys subscribed to her or something.
Oh, okay.
I think. His
homeboy.
somebody that they know,
wow.
somebody that knows them, subscribed to her, and then I guess it got back to him somehow, and then that's when he confronted her, and then she started recording. She's the one who started streaming that video. It looked like maybe the master bedroom at their house or something. That's what it looked like. The first video, but then she got interviewed by TMZ. You see the TMZ interview?
Yeah, I saw the TMZ one. That
man, dude,
it was sad, man.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
But was she in the video like her OnlyFans page? It was just her, right? I know she was like trying to say it like I wasn't with nobody else. It was just me by myself and stuff.
Yeah, solo play. Like she playing with toys and doing stuff to herself or whatever.
Dang, that's crazy.
So he was just like, well, you should have told me that's something that we should have talked about before you started doing this. And he was like, I ain't got to check in with you.
What?
She was on to check in with you. It's my body, my choice. And you knew what you said. You knew what it was when I met you. That's messed up. It's like so that's what, man. You see people in the comment section. That's what they're saying. It's like, dude, you know what you was getting yourself into. If she was already a sex worker when you met her, I mean, you really expect her to change? Yeah. And she said, before I met him, I was running multiple businesses and I was working in the adult industry and I was doing this and he was struggling. He said she made it seem like he's working for her now or something like that. One of her businesses.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Like
she said he's working for her now. He said she was like, oh, he lost all that bread. He working for me. He an employee. He better shut up.
Yeah.
Clock in on Thursday.
Or fire his ass.
She was like, I need somebody to lead. He not leading this family. I need somebody that's going to lead this family and take care of things and handle his business. I said, man, all right. So he ain't handling his business. You've been with this nigga for like 13 years.
But that's crazy because I'm sure when she first got with him, he was handling everything.
He was, bro.
And she was riding that wave. Like,
yep.
Just watching it self-destruct.
Because he was in the NBA for 16 years. And they've been together for.
So he made $60 million over his like NBA career. But like, my man coughed up the bag. So let me ask y'all the first question. Do you think she's justified for starting her OnlyFans page based on like him losing the money and all that stuff?
No.
I mean,
I'll go to you first, Jesse. You said
no. Don't make it right. No, hell no. Just because I mismanaged finances doesn't mean that like, okay, well, you're just gonna go ahead and make a decision like to just expose your body to the rest of the world, like without talking to me about it first. Like that's crazy. That's not even respectful of your partner. Like your husband, you ain't even gonna have a conversation with this man. Man, I'd be furious. I'd feel betrayed if I was Joe Smith. Like even still, like I had my shortcomings of like my duty to provide as a man, but that doesn't give you like the right to just go disrespect our relationship by going exposing your body after you haven't done it. Like just because you did it when we got together and you didn't do it while we were together, like that doesn't mean that it's okay to just go out there and do it on your own. So yeah, nah, if I was Joe Smith, I'd be betrayed. Like I'd feel betrayed, like, and I'd be angry. So yeah.
Okay. Let me go to Phil on this. Do you think she's justified for starting the OnlyFans page since he coughed up the bag?
Yeah,
That's Phil's representative. Phil believes. No,
I do think she's justified. 100%. Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with all of y'all.
You say who's justified?
He said
He said she's justified.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking
she's
about.
justified.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
If a nigga's down bad and they need bread and she's pulling in, let's say she's pulling in like 30 a month.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold the camera, nigga.
Oh,
That's
okay. You got the lighting. You gonna be in there like
I'm
you
like,
gonna have a fruit platter in the room. Like, hey,
You be holding a microphone.
It depends. If she's making chump change, nah.
Yeah.
If she's making hella money off that, I'm like, we going somewhere with this. I got it. Yeah.
And you know I'm your boy, so I'll be there too, like just getting water and stuff just in case y'all need it. That's cool too, right?
I'm thinking, yo, I'm like, bro, get it. Say less.
Yeah, you know you lying.
Man, said he gonna show up with some tube socks on.
Yeah, right.
You know you lying.
And a straw hat.
Like, you better not subscribe to her stuff.
Manic, nah, I'm like, nigga, I'm like, y'all niggas better not. If I see y'all name on the list, ooh, oh, it's a wrap.
I know you lying.
Yo, that's gonna be up for real.
That's like,
I'm like, why you watching live, nigga? What you doing, man?
Yeah.
Hop off this shit, bro.
CLS, what was that movie where my man showed up? He's like, hey, I'm here for the gangbang.
Oh, what was it? Yeah, that was old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I'm here for
Yeah.
That was funny, yo. 'Cause that's what happened to him, yo. That's fucked up. That was fucked up.
All right, so we got Phil. Phil says she's justified. All right, CLS, you think she's justified for starting the OnlyFans page?
I mean, I kind of agree with what Phil said, but only if she talked to him about it first. At least give him, you know what I mean? At least give him the heads up. There's nothing wrong with giving your husband a heads up. That's what her husband did. They've been 13 years, bro. 13 years.
yeah.
They've been together for 13 years.
CLS. If your wife said I'm making 50 racks a month,
Yeah. But she kept it a secret for like 12 months, man, like a year. She kept it a secret though, bro. So it's
nigga, I'm like,
we can at least talk about it. That's what I'm saying. We can at least talk about it first though. I wouldn't, it wouldn't be like a solid no, like, no, don't do this shit. But I was saying, at least talk to me about it first. The principle, bro. Talk to me about that shit first.
What? Y'all are wilding.
Yeah.
All right, let me get Manic on here real quick, and we're gonna circle back to this. I need Phil to cook on this one.
Yeah.
All right, Manic. Do you think she's justified for starting an OnlyFans page in this situation?
She is not justified. I mean, if she was just dating him,
Yeah.
if she was just dating him, I would be like, I mean, that's what happens. When you give somebody, you allow somebody in your life like that, you show them a lifestyle, and then you strip it away, or you fumble the bag, and they feel like they have to upkeep this lifestyle. But no, they're married. So when you get married, I feel like you're the whole concept of marriage is like two people joining to become one. So it's just like, it's not just her body anymore. That's his wife. They're one. So she's making decisions how they're moving, and he's impacted by it. Like, he's straight impacted by it. Like, he's collateral damage. Like, who Joe Johnson is, like, made a mockery. Like, who wants to be Joe Johnson right now?
Well,
I mean, Joe Smith. Joe Smith. Who wants to be Joe Smith?
You don't even know this bum's name.
Yeah.
He was
So I'm saying, though, it's just like, not only is his financial situation, embarrassing, but now it's been put on Front Street. And then now his wife, people who from the outside could look and say, oh man, he's got his wife, she's been there with him for 13 years. He's working for her, whatever the case may be, but that's their business. They're moving as a married couple in private. Now he's all on Front Street, and his wife is so disrespectful and having interviews and talking about how he fumbled a bag, which everybody knows he fumbled a bag, but the way you embarrassing him right now is just like, I don't think any man, not even my worst enemy, deserves to go through some mess like that. So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
she's way out of pocket because they're married.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm with
Definitely was
Phil on
smart.
this.
That's fact.
I'm with Phil.
Through the good, through the bad. They're in the bad right now.
Well, that's
she
what I'm
said.
saying, dude. I didn't say it's not a solid no, but talk to me about it first, and we can.
I
work
ain't talking
something,
this
you know
shit.
what I mean?
You
Talk to me
screwed
about it
up
first.
60 million. You messed up 60 million. You don't get no
60 million.
conversation from me. Like, you better hold this camera and shut up. You
Oh
employee.
man, he's an
I
employee
be out here
now.
eating spam and tuna
Get him,
fish because you
Get
you
him,
messed up the
Dirk.
60 million.
He said
Tell
ramen noodles. He said he went back to eat. He said he went back to eating ramen noodles and grilled cheese sandwiches.
Yeah. They out here eating hot pockets and shit in a condo. 60 million. Yeah, y'all
yeah.
imagine like map
That's a lot
that
of
out,
money.
man.
That's a
This
lot of
dude
money.
messed up 60 million,
Yeah.
and then he got the audacity to come up to you and be like, "Hey, man, like you should have let me know. What should I have let you know?"
Oh, but can I add one more thing? The comment section on IG. Some people were saying, I don't know if it's true, but a dude was like, he said, "Come on, man." He said, "Dude, it's all a setup." I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, it could be a
He thinks
promotion.
it was all orchestrated. Like he said, "Man, they set this up to drive more traffic to our OnlyFans so they could both get paid."
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
then
because
another,
if you're saying she was doing all this stuff before, like that's
Yeah.
first of all, that's his problem. Because like you shouldn't be with nobody anyways. And I think that's the issue with a lot of these dudes,
Mhm.
man. Like whether it's Tyrese,
yeah.
and they just focus on beauty so much, man. It's like they
Mhm.
they don't vet none of these chicks. They don't dig into the background. So, with her,
Mhm.
like if she had a background in this industry, doing this type of stuff, man, you in direct violation of player code 71-15, man. Wifing up a bum bitch, so it's like, man, you can't be doing this stuff like that and thinking like you're gonna get a different outcome.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's
Mhm.
just but I just think in this case, like if you kind of ain't handling your business as a man, she did ride it out with you though. Don't get me wrong, like I wouldn't want to be in his shoes, but if she's holding stuff down and stuff and you ain't handling your business as a man, like man, you putting them in territory to like do dumb stuff like this. So I think he's not in the leadership role. He ain't been in it for a while because like she was saying in that interview, like, hey, he's a employee of mine. He lucky I'm like out here like holding this stuff together. Like she was like, man, this stuff is bad out here. She was breaking it down like as far as how far in debt they are. So she was like, I'm coming to him and he's like, depressed because he's no longer in the NBA. He'd been on 16 teams. So she was like, I had to hold this shit together. So you could tell like when she was talking to him, she was letting out that bitterness, like, hey, I'm taking charge. You over here like in the fetal position crying and shit.
But she fucking, but she didn't have a problem helping him spend that 60 million.
Nah, she sure
riding
didn't.
that wave.
Right.
See, that's where it goes back to like I like what Manic was breaking down in the other section. Like, hey, I have to say no to you. I have to keep this. My job is guiding. I got to give us the direction. I got to make sure that we establish this stuff. You're not just going to sit at the house and be pretty. Like you're going to go to school. You're going to do some things. Maybe we start a real estate firm.
Yeah.
So that's where the guidance comes. But it's just like if you the happy wife, happy life shit. That's prime example of this. Like I'm gonna let you be happy, but when it runs off course, like with it, she goes and does some fuck shit. Like now you lost your legging because she's not remembering the times where, like you were saying, CLS, where it's like, hey, we was out here blowing his money. They ain't gonna go back and take accountability for that shit. Like, hey, I did blow like probably 50 million of that 60.
Yeah, but for him though, I mean, there is a light at the end of the tunnel for him though, because he has
there ain't no light. It's a wrap.
Listen, hold up. He still got connections though. Cause think about all the professional athletes that retired from football and basketball. They got connections. They go into doing commentary, or maybe he can help be assistant coach at a college or some shit. You know what I mean? They go into coaching and recruiting. They become recruiters.
That could have been a lane, but when your wife like outs you out on on TikTok and YouTube, like cussing you out. He ain't getting no coach. Who's gonna listen to him?
He can still. It's not like he lost his skill set. Like he still knows the game, bro. He knows the game. He can still coach or recruit or some shit. Do commentary. Fuck, I don't know.
If he gets a coaching job, it'll be like at a YMCA in Idaho.
Yeah, he gonna have to build his mental back up for real.
He was nice in college, bro.
That's humiliating to find out that your wife got an OnlyFans behind your back.
I mean, behind his back.
Behind his back. It's just humiliating.
Yeah, no, it was embarrassing. So I definitely feel for him. But I'm like, man, the fact that you let stuff spiral that far out of control, because you could tell like by how she was talking to him, man, like she's just she sees him like as a small man in her eyes and stuff. So the respect was gone.
Yeah. But
that's what I'm saying. You can't let no guy like that in your locker room. Be like, hey man, I'm gonna turn these players.
Like, coach, don't you got an OnlyFans? How you gonna tell me? They'd be in the locker room sharing it.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh, you want to bench me?
Because on OnlyFans, they probably got like I imagine she has like a name. She's not like using her government, so she's probably like Peppermint or something. Like, hey, is that your wife, Peppermint?
She's probably Joe Smith's wife.
Is it Peppermint?
Professional ex NBA player Joe Smith's wife. That's probably her handle.
So yeah, I'm definitely with Phil on this one, and shout out to Phil. Phil was like,
I pray
we gonna get that bread. I'm gonna put her on that blade.
Yeah, I mean, but they say he did leave her though, and she was like, remember she was in the interview, the TMZ interview. She was like, well, he's gone at his sister's house or somewhere now. He left her
at his sister's house.
I think that's what she said in the interview. In the TMZ interview, she said that. She was
that's what I'm saying. My man took an L. Like,
but I mean, he definitely took an L. But he was spending recklessly. They talked about some of the purchases that he was doing, and he was buying things for other people too. So that house that his sister's in, that might be a house that he bought for her. So
exactly,
probably,
like Antoine Walker.
It's just nice.
You remember employee number 8, right?
Yeah, your
Antoine
boy
Walker. Antoine Walker. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is sad how they just end up going out. But yeah, I like it just seems, man, they just once they get in them shoes, it's like they think the money's just unlimited and they just like throw it out there. So I like how it kind of tied into the last topic where Manic was talking about the happy wife, happy life. Like, don't do it, man, because if it goes bad like this, they ain't riding it out with you. Nope, they definitely gonna feel like some sort of way.
He picked the wrong one, yo. He just picked the wrong one.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's like you were saying. He said what you said when you're talking about how men are like infatuated about looks. Like maybe he just saw a pretty face and a fat ass, and he just fell in love.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. They focus so heavy on the looks, where it's just like
big ass titties,
forget character, personality, and all that.
No, that's what men like, yo. They see some man. She has some nice titties and a fat ass and some dimples and pretty face or some shit. That's what I don't know, man. We just fall in love with, I don't know, just looks.
So let me ask you. Let me ask you guys this question: how would you have handled that situation? Like if you found out like your wife of a decade had a OnlyFans page, how would you handle that? Let me go to Jessie on that first.
Man, the first thing I would do is like, man, I need some space. I need some space to process this shit. And I would try to do it as fast as possible, and then have a conversation. If it's true, then I gotta roll out. I gotta go. I gotta go. So that's something you can talk to me about. Showing your body, like I think it's just it's a level of disrespect when you do it behind my back. You know, if you would have brought that to me, I would have, of course, said no. Like, that's not cool with me. We'll figure out a way. You know, we'll hunker down on some more stuff. But, like, for that to happen behind my back for a year, yeah, I need some space. I'm going to my sisters, too. I feel them 100%. Too disrespectful.
All right. Manic, how would you handle that situation?
I'm going to hit the Control C and then Control V. So I'm going to copy and paste Jesse's exact answer.
Oh, okay. You have me confused. I'm like, trying
to copy and paste.
It's one of these new age dudes, man. Yeah. All right, I got you. Appreciate you breaking that down though, because I was like Control C, Control V. I knew the Control C was copy. V, you lost me at. All right, CLS, how would you have handled that situation?
Well, if I found out my wife had this secret OnlyFans account,
yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna react the same way. I'm gonna be upset and confront her about it, and I guess try to talk it out. But I don't know, man. They're gonna need a lot of counseling if they decide to stay together. I don't know. I'm not gonna just say I'll just leave her, but I mean, it just depends on what type of person she was when I met her. If she was like that when I met her, then it's my own fault. You know what I'm saying? I knew what I was getting myself into ahead of time, you know? So he fucking knew. So it's his fault. He probably thought she was gonna change for his ass. Maybe if I love her enough, she'll change for me or some shit. I don't know.
Nah, man.
I just love her, you know, I just love her so much. Like, man, fuck that, man. She was like that when you met her.
Yeah, I agree with CLS.
Man, I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, I was like this when you met me," but
Mm-hmm.
realistically, when they met and he proposed to her, he was
Mhm.
making an honest woman out of her. So
He tried.
yeah,
Mm,
he tried. He married her, so he tried to make an honest
but
woman
the,
out
I
of her.
mean,
But it's just like, you mean to tell me that she told him when she first got married, "Hey, I'm this, my past and stuff like that. I'm going to continue this. Like, this is what I want to do." Or did she hit him with the sob story? Like, only doing this because, I have to. I never really wanted to get into this lifestyle. Like, man, I don't believe that she flat out said, "Hey, I am who I am, and you can accept me or not accept me." No, she hit him with the, "I don't really want to do this. I'd rather just be your wife and, live luxurious and be behind the scenes." And I think that's a more realistic approach than to say that, "Oh, this is who I am. This is who I've always been."
Mm-hmm.
Because they were married for 13 years. Why did she only
Mhm.
just start doing this 1 year ago?
Mm-hmm.
because he
So
was broke. But I mean, it was in
he's been
her.
broke.
Like,
He's been broke. He's been broke for not just 1 year. He's been broke for at least a couple years. So what changed this past year?
How broke do you think he is though? Like, I mean, come on, he lost the whole 61 million.
Yeah, he lost all of it.
he's my man's. Hey, he's like you said, he's out here eating tuna fish.
Damn.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, how do you know he still own like properties and cars and what I'm saying? He still got
It's
shit.
a wrap. Like your
think
chick
they
on
got-
OnlyFans, like dog, like, and that's the thing that's holding shit together. Like you lost it all. Like
He lost everything. Like he don't have like real properties or anything. I mean, I never
they
researched that.
ran through that like Ginger from Casino and shit. Yeah.
Damn.
He just ran through that shit. Damn.
I gotta give Manning some pushback. I wanted to go to Phil, but I gotta give him some pushback.
What's up?
I mean, if she took that sob story, was like, "Hey, I only did this because of this," like, you should have messed with that anyways, man. Like, this dude hit the top tiers of like,
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, he could.
so that's why I'm saying, like, there's never no good story. Like, man, I got empathy for people, but that don't mean I gotta pull you into my life. Like, I could pay for your therapist just on some like donation type shit, but I don't got to merge you into my life, man. And I think that's where people sometimes they feel like, "Hey, I feel bad, you changed," but hey, nah, you don't have to do all that. And I just think, man, like a lot of times, like I think men as our egos, man, we want to change somebody so bad that we'll know all that stuff, and then even just, like the opportunities that they have. Because think about it, if she has 61 million, like I know me and you talked about it before, man, where we're just like, damn, she could have been doing like a whole real estate campaign. So it's just like, if you're looking at them and they're not taking on anything like that, it's just, she was who she was, and that's why she had to resort back to OnlyFans, because she probably never want to get no skill sets or anything else to like help contribute to the family, build it out the right way. That's why she's so quick to, kind of turn back to what she's familiar with. So she never had any growth. That's pretty much what she was like showing throughout that process. And he was cool with it. Like, "Hey, I got the pretty chick," like CLS said, like, "Hey, I'm just focused on her beauty. I'm gonna let her do whatever the hell she wants," and that's his issue.
Yeah, because it's heyday, man. He could have had ass lined up. You know what I mean? He got any chick he wanted. Just about.
He was on like 60 teams. They was like trading him left and right. He was one of them dudes. So like,
I'm telling you, them checks add up though, bro.
yeah, that's what he was kind of breaking down, because they were saying like the way he lost his money, because it was like every city they went to, they're gonna buy a mansion and stuff like that, and then it's just like, when he gets traded again, you can't sell it for the full value because there ain't too many people that could buy a mansion. So
Nah.
but it's like they never adjusted their lifestyle. But that's on him too, because like Manic was saying, it's just like, hey man, I got to say no sometimes.
Yeah,
Right.
he probably took that happy wife, happy life advice.
Yeah, nah, man, it's serious. That's why you can't, like, man, you gotta.
Come on, dude. 60 million, though. Ain't no pussy that good.
No.
60 million? Fuck that, yo.
Yeah, 60 million, man.
That gonna make you spend. You spend 60 million on some pussy?
Man, shit.
Fuck that, yo. I want the 60 million. I keep the 60 mil.
Yeah,
Ass.
60 million.
Nah, that shit would
60 million. I'm gonna be in a house like I'll be too paranoid to get married, man. If I had that much bread, I'll be looking at everybody like, what are you trying to do to me? Like, man, I just love you. Like, nah, something's gotta be wrong.
Here, sign this contract.
Yeah.
Hello,
Give me your cell phone. You could have come like in a radius of me. I'll be on some like James Bond type shit. But let me get Phil on this real quick. So Phil, how would you have handled this situation? Finding out your wife has an OnlyFans page.
I would have had dinner ready when she got home.
You're a simp.
Phil would have came in there with a fur coat on, a felt hat. Like, baby, how was your day? The Epsom salt in the bathwater. Like, hey, you did a great job.
He would just have like a chinchilla coat on and a Burger King crown.
Oh man, when it came out like Iceberg Slim, like, hey,
a cigar in his mouth, like.
I'm like, bro, look, I just checked the account and it says we got 60,000 this month. So you want your feet rubbed or what? What we doing?
What would you call that? He would have one of those.
Nigga, after being broke, I'm like, yeah, let's go. I know I fucked the bag up, but you brought it back, so we good. What you want to do, love? It's all on you.
My man Phil said he would have been in there like
all day. Let me get that. I got you.
Then she's gonna hit you with, "Hey, I really think to help promote my platform a little further, there's this actor I want to work with. How would you feel about that?"
You got me fucked up.
Take it to the next level.
Exactly.
Take it for the money.
We said OnlyFans, and it's only gonna be me on that fans, nigga. No, nobody knows. Nah.
But that's a good point because once they go past that line, they are gonna push that limit. So that's a good point, man.
Shit with me.
No, I'm like 60,000 is a good amount of money, but I'm set to make 600,000. With his following and his presence, we could make art.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't get that.
Oh, he gave her the arts, man.
What's that? What's that term? What's that term called?
Like, what's it called?
Voyeurism.
Mm-hmm.
Cuckolds. Voyeurism. Phil gonna be sitting in the corner watching with the microphone, with the camera like this,
crying on the other.
Crying like the dude on the Chappelle show.
Hey, she gonna be like, she like, Phil, Adam 22 just hit me up. I could get about like 5 million
Adam
out of this.
You about to get shot, nigga. That's what I'm doing. Like, nah, you're not gonna do that.
Phil's like, stop. We have to stop. You're hurting her.
You get that Justin Love.
I can tell she's not liking this part.
Overall, man, it was definitely a messed up topic, man. She did like drag my man in the mud. I could tell like she was bitter about the whole situation where they landed in. But even then, like, the dude better run from this. Like he needs to move on.
Yeah, we need to start a GoFundMe for Joe Smith.
Nah, we ain't starting shit for Joe. Joe better get out here and wash these cars or something.
And you were saying, and you made the comment about the basketball players. What about what's his name, Jordan Poole, for Ice Spice? He's 500,000 for a date or some shit. You hear that rumor?
No, I ain't even. I saw
Jordan
something.
Poole, they said he spent $500,000 to go on a date with Ice Spice.
I told you, man, they tricks, man. Like they tricks at the highest level. I think they're just getting so much cash now, man, because of their contracts. That, man, they don't even care, man, until they're in this situation. But yeah, you be seeing it left and right. It's like, man, every NBA player, man, like their whole demise is because of shit like this. I'm like, damn, it's almost like they need to forget the financial like advisor. They need to do what game around them. Like, oh hell no, player, we ain't doing.
I think he's making 32 million a year though.
Yeah,
Jordan Poole, 32 million a year. So for
maybe
500,000 to him is like, I don't know if they said it's a rumor though, so I don't know.
But I mean, when you
know how much money that is.
Yeah, that's a fucking.
Nah, I mean they're making bread, but I mean once you factor in like the house costs.
I don't know his contract though. They said that's what he's making. They were talking about.
Pull it up real quick.
Pull it up real quick.
You looking it up?
They were talking about on the Breakfast Club. That's what I'm saying. They do their they fact checked and all that shit, like like TMZ. So if they're reporting this, they said it's a rumor though, but it could.
I know he's getting paid.
That's what I'm saying. If he's making 32 million a year, it's possible. If he wanted to do it, he could. But they said,
he's gonna do it. He's
making
good
money.
32 million a year, bro. I don't know what. His
it is 32 million a year.
He is making that.
32 million a year.
Yeah, he just signed the 4-year, 128 million. Oh,
yep. So he's fine.
A $500,000 to Jordan Poole is a little different.
Yeah,
nah, man.
Right. Joe Smith is different. But him, he ain't balling like that no more.
Hey.
Yeah.
So you say he going out with Ice Spice, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, $500,000. He can go on a date with anybody.
Damn right. Oh, that much
man,
money,
but
man. We're gonna do every nasty thing under the sun for 500,000. Every nasty thing I can think of. We doing it all. Like,
but I mean, just think, man, like you got that much money. Like we was talking about, man, you could literally go and get you a bungalow for like 2 weeks, man. Chill out, and man, you could just with game alone, man, you could get the same results, man, just based on where you hit. So for these dudes to pay, man, like having that trick mindset, man, that's what it's like they set themselves up for this type of stuff, man. And then like once you kind of go through your lifestyle, you're paying taxes, man, all these houses. It like it catches up with them, and that's why we're looking at like, man, how can you blow that money? But
yeah, and what's the
dumb shit like that?
Yeah, we were talking about other dude from before. Was it John Morant?
Yeah,
he did the same thing as him and Drake. They putting strippers through college. They're going there and just going to spend 100,000 in a strip club.
Yeah, they ridiculous with this stuff.
That's books and tuition right there. Yeah.
What, Ice Spice from the Bronx or something?
Yeah, she's from New York. Yeah.
Man, you know how many dudes just like, let me stop.
Yeah.
Ain't spent like $5 and got a date and shit.
Yeah, right.
Took it to like Nathan's.
Yeah, they took it to Burger King or some shit.
Yeah, these dudes is ridiculous, man. But anybody got anything else on this topic? Because if not, man, we'll go ahead and we'll start doing the outros and stuff. So, all right, Manic, you go ahead and give your outros. Where can we find you out with parting words? I know you got some gems for us today.
I never have gyms. I've been all gymmed out. I'll say you can find me on the Manic Sophistication YouTube page. Fun combo, as always. And oh yeah, I got one gym. That happy wife, happy life. That don't work. That's the worst advice ever.
All right, CLS. Where can we find you at? Any parting words? Any gems you got for us?
No, I don't have any gems. Yeah, just you can find me IG, TikTok, YouTube. This is CLS. Yeah, that's it.
All right, Jessie. Parting words. Where can we find you at? Any gems you got to drop us?
Shoot, man. Man, I say, man, just hold on to your value, man, and just accept things for what they are. And you can find me at Kingdom Barber Lounge. You can find me at Seven Fields Cutting Hair. Peace.
All right, I'm coming to see you on Friday, man.
All right.
I want the Jefferson shit. I want that blowout, bald in the middle.
I got you. Get you a George Jefferson.
He said, I got
you.
All right, Phil. Words of wisdom. I was rocking with Phil, man. I'm feeling Phil today, man. Y'all was on some like, we can talk it out. We'll discuss it. Even though I blew 60 million, Phil, I appreciate you tonight, man. Holding it down.
Facts. Hey, shout out to my girl. If you make 60 million a year, I'm with you, babe. It's all good. We in there. I don't care.
60 million.
Yeah. Yep. Off of TikTok, nigga, we good. You can find me on TikTok at Phil_Pat.
All right. And like Manic said, just check out the channel. That's where we're at most of the time. And we are going to start doing live soon. We're trying to figure out like when we want to do those. We don't know if we want to do them after the holidays, Christmas, New Year's, or maybe earlier, but we'll keep you guys informed on that. And like Manic said, happy wife, happy life. I don't think that works out too great. My man, Joe Smith is getting the firsthand experience on that. But tune in to everybody too. I try to tag everybody's pages and stuff. I know CLS was breaking this down, and we're gonna just keep doing more topics. We're gonna try to shorten them up a little bit because a lot of people was like, we're gonna start trying to put them on like different apps and stuff like that. So we'll shorten up the topics and try to make them more precise, and just keep tuning in and keep hitting us up with different topics you want us to break down and stuff, because a few people have been reaching out, sending us stuff, and I've been incorporating them to the different shows. So appreciate you guys. All right, peace.
Peace.